Welcome to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show, where you get advice you can trust from the Capital Region's leading experts in real estate and all related fields. From the latest real estate trends to the best mortgage rates, from curb appeal to home warranty, this is the talk show that will help you save and make the most when it comes to buying or selling your most valuable asset. Now, here's your host, broker and founder of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, The Property Shop, John Bevilacqua.
Good morning, everybody. Johnny G, what's up, my friend?
What's up with the sunglasses? There's no sun.
I know. I put them on my head and I forgot.
That way you don't lose them.
What's that?
That way you don't lose them.
When I left the house this morning in Albany, the sun was out for a little bit.
Oh, that's great. Okay.
So then it just got dark.
Something to look forward to.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of habit having these things on my head. But
right.
got a new guest today, Matt Moore.
Hey, Matt.
Hello there.
Welcome.
Thank you very much for having me.
John Gabriel, Matt.
John, very nice to meet you.
Okay, tell everybody who Matt is.
So, Matt Moore is the owner of Moore Insurance Services in Clifton Park.
Okay.
So, we're going to get into really like how important home insurance is for first-time home buyers, people who own homes, camps, multi-purpose properties. Matt can cover all this stuff.
Great.
And he's new to the show. We're hoping to have him on as a regular.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into all of that, man. So, but yeah, it's been crazy. I mean, the weather's been pretty nutty. We're going into the 60s this week. I mean,
yeah, we are.
I guess we can kiss winter goodbye.
Well, it's been another mild winter in the capital region.
Winter,
so,
yeah. I know. So
we're going to look forward to spring.
We're looking forward to spring, yeah.
Where things should get better in more ways than one.
That's right. Right. So back to the show, like we always talk about this, the reason I get up every Saturday morning is to bring our listeners in the capital region all the latest tips, tricks, market conditions, anything real estate that goes on. The point of the show is to give you guys the most up-to-date information, tricks on how to get the right home insurance, how to get the right mortgage. And it's what I've been doing for past 20 years now. And look, I'm not bragging. I'm just applying for the job of buying or selling your home. And, so we're going to get into it with Matt. And it's a call-in show, guys. So just remember, 518-476-5900. Give us a call. You got Matt on for half an hour talking home insurance. We could talk real estate. We talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. Give us a call. We're going to take a quick spot breaks here from our sponsors and get into it with Matt Smith. Matt from Moore Home Insurance Products. I shouldn't say home because he's got more than just home insurance.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break and get back into it.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
Hey, it's John Tesh. If you're thinking of selling your home, let me take the stress out of deciding which agent to hire. In the capital region, the agent I recommend is John Bevilacqua, founder of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty at The Property Shop. So for 2 decades, John has helped more than 2,500 families buy and sell the place they call home. That's a solid track record, one that's backed up by dozens of 5-star reviews. Hello. In fact, John is so confident in his marketing system to attract the right buyer for your home that he guarantees to sell it at a price and deadline you agreed to, or he's going to buy it himself for cash. And he provides that guarantee in writing. The agent I trust is John Bevilacqua, and he's the agent you should trust too. His name is his promise. Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. So write this number down. It's 518-957-SOLD. That's easy. 518-957-7653. Or go to JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com. I love that one. JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com, and you'll get your home sold guaranteed.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom One Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom One Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
Buying or selling the place you call home can be stressful. When you have questions, you don't want to wait for answers. Well, for 20 years, Kim Salerno and her team at Salerno Law have built a solid reputation with buyers, sellers, and real estate agents as fast, respectful communicators. They know Salerno Law will protect their rights and respond quickly when a question arises. Trust Salerno Law. Call 518-309-3404 and check out their 5-star reviews at salernolawny.com.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
All right, guys, we are back. Wanted to let you know this is a call-in show. And we got Matt Moore here. And Matt, talk to us, baby. Come on.
What's up, man? What's up, John?
How you doing?
Both Johns, nice to meet you both.
Yeah,
Right, nice to meet you.
So Matt has got an insurance shop up in Clifton Park. Matt, how'd you get started in the business? Tell us a little bit more about why you got started and
absolutely
the passion for insurance.
I've been doing this for about 20 years now.
Oh, wow, right.
Originally got into more of the financial services side in terms of life insurance, financial planning.
Okay.
And took a little break from that and found a large commercial insurance agency that I worked for about 7 years.
Okay.
Yeah, and just did mostly large commercial insurance, worked with businesses, didn't do a lot of home and auto at that point.
Okay.
They really want us focusing on some of the larger, commercial products. So when I decided to venture off my own is when I really kind of flip-flopped it and started working with mostly home and auto products, got to know some mortgage brokers, real estate agents, financial advisors, and really just started, working with folks and doing the home and auto, and it's really worked out pretty well.
Okay. So do you still do the commercial stuff? I mean, is that an option too?
Yeah, absolutely.
So commercial investment properties?
Investment properties.
Okay.
The investment properties would still be considered a personal lines. Wouldn't be considered commercial lines unless it got into like a large amount of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do the commercial, the smaller stuff, small to mid-size commercial products.
Since you switched over, so on the commercial side, was this pre-pandemic or?
Yeah.
Okay.
The commercial side was 2006 to 2011, 2012. And even more than that, I went to another small agency before I started mine, and did almost all commercial there as well.
And so since we had the COVID-19 fiasco, how has that changed your industry in terms of? I've seen it on our end with policies coming in and what people are paying. Like it had to become
it's done a lot to the industry in terms of pricing and the insurance companies. When the pandemic hit, everybody took these massive increase in price, and that's Home Depot and grocery stores and car dealers, and everything went up. And the insurance companies were still paying the premiums, the costs of those increased prices. But unfortunately, New York State wanted to protect the consumer and didn't allow these insurance companies to take the rate increases they needed to really make up the losses they were paying out. They were allowed to take these, what they call small flex rates, which are basically 3 to 5%.
Right.
But as we know, that wasn't what the prices of everything going up was, much more than that. So they really got dug into a hole. And this past year, early 2023, the state started opening them up to taking the rate increases. So I'm sure, like all of our listeners probably here know, everybody's seeing increase in price, and it's gets difficult because we have to navigate that with our clients, try to help them understand what's going on, and most of them do. They really do. As long as you explain and understand, that this is a product of just the state was trying to protect everybody during the pandemic, not have them take on even more price increases, but now the insurance companies have to make that up.
Do you agree with what the state did? I mean, what's your take on it?
It's tough. It's a great question.
Yep.
I understand that they did want to protect them
because New York's always looking out for us, right?
Yeah, they are. They're a very consumer friendly state,
right?
For sure. But now it's tough because the insurance companies are taking such large rate increases. I think it would have been better maybe to just allow smaller rate increases over the course of the whole 4 or 5 years it's been, versus just dumping large ones. And we're going to start losing companies in this state.
Yeah.
We don't allow them to take the rate increases they need. We don't want that. We want a pool of companies that our clients can choose from to be big.
Yeah, because competition's healthy.
Absolutely is.
It keeps you away from price fixing and people.
Certainly does.
Insurance companies trying to set pricing. So it's interesting. So what do you do for? Let's talk about existing homeowners versus people that are just going to buy a house for the first time. So let's say you're an existing homeowner and you have multiple properties or commercial properties and the rates start to go up and how do you service them to make sure that they're They're in the right policy. They're not overpaying. Like, what's the process?
It's just keep it on top.
And
of
how
them.
is it different than other insurance companies? Like, that's why you're on.
Yeah. The biggest thing I think with us is we have multiple companies to choose from.
Okay.
So not everybody fits in one specific company. So when we quote anybody, whether it be for personal lines or commercial lines, we're quoting them with multiple companies. And John, you could come back with one company that's got the best price for you, and the other John could have a completely different company that happens to be the best price for him.
Right.
So, it's really important to be able to have the access to the multiple companies. That's how we kind of help out with people existing. The new homeowners, I really like to work with the new first-time home buyers because they're coming off of the direct writing world of going to the Geicos and the Progressives, and really there's no education at all. It's just picking the cheapest price.
Trying to help them cut through the noise.
Exactly.
Right?
It's really tough to do that because it's all day long on every media type. You're getting hit by all those ads. But what we like to do is educate. It's really important, especially the first-time home buyers, have them understand the importance.
My kids sing the Liberty Mutual song
I know.
all the time.
I know. I know.
Yeah, but it's a whole different thing. The way they advertise insurance and what the companies do are kind of different. So they just want to get the name out there on those TV ads.
That's
and
all
they
that
do a
goes
good
down
job
to.
with it. That's why the kids sing Liberty.
That's right.
Absolutely.
That's
and
right.
it's counterproductive
the
to what we do.
Geico. And
Yep. It's really, so working with the first-time home buyers is fun because we can really help them out and, have them for a long time. That's the goal, is to make sure we help these folks for the long term.
What's the best time to contact you during, and I have my take on this, but, you're out shopping for a house. We finally find one in this insanely tight market.
Yeah.
I mean, we've gone through like 20 houses now, got outbid 16 times, and now I'm asking my
Finally
clients,
got one.
if you want the house, we got to pay $50,000 over list. Now, I don't try to have them do that, but sometimes that's the case. We get the contract, we're under contract. When do we talk to Matt? Is it now? Is it later? What's the best time?
I always say the earlier the better.
Okay.
Let's get everything in order so when closing day comes, no one's scrambling around.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out where the homeownership binder is that they need for the mortgage. And,
right.
the mortgage closing date gets pushed out because you don't have that. So, the sooner we can get it in, it's just one thing you can take off of a very full plate when you're buying a home.
Yep.
Yeah.
So what are some of the factors that go into the selection of the policy for people? Is it sometimes age dependent? Is John going to get a different price in a different age bracket than somebody that's a new family that's just starting out? Like how do those factors play into it?
There's a lot of factors that are included with the pricing for insurance. I mean, with we can talk specifically with homes right now. The location of the home, whether it's very rural. There's something called the protection class, how close you are to a firehouse or a fire hydrant.
Okay.
So if you're very rural, the price can go up, be a lot more expensive. If you have, if you're down in New York City and you got a firehouse and a fire hydrant on every corner, you get better pricing down there.
You get bonuses for being close to a fire hydrant.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
The price goes down a tiny bit. Age of the home, construction of the home, insurance score is a very big factor for everybody. Everybody's got an insurance score the same way they have a credit score.
Okay.
And your credit score is pretty heavily involved in your insurance score.
Okay.
Interesting.
So, and we always try to find out what's involved in insurance score. It's very tough to get an answer from the people at the companies, but that plays a major role in the pricing. Accidents, if you have any claims, obviously that's or tickets.
Auto-wise, that makes sense. Of course, you get in an accident, you got speeding tickets. So how do they do it on the home side? I mean,
on the home side, if you have claims, that certainly affects the pricing. Like I said, age of the home, your insurance score, that's probably the biggest thing. Besides claims, if you have claims, it's really tough to do much, especially in this market. It's really, I would say it's tough to have hair in your account right now.
Well, Matt, if you're a first time home buyer, the ones you like, the young kids.
Yep.
Okay, and there's been claims on the house that they want to buy, but they haven't had any insurance claims to make. They didn't have any home at that point. How does that?
Good question.
How do you deal with
John?
that?
Yeah, so how it works is it follows the claims follow the
house.
The person it happened to. So that would follow the homeowner that
whoever owned
left
the house
home.
before.
Correct.
But let me ask you this: so even though they follow the homeowner, like it's not your fault if your house catches on fire. Now you're stuck with this fire claim for the rest of your life. How does that work?
So typically 3 to 5 years is what it stays on there for.
Right.
And
It's like
those
a bankruptcy.
large claims that we call
right?
claims, yeah, it really is. It kind of stays on. And, I think, again, the benefit of having someone like me who's got multiple companies, we can go to the companies, we can talk to different ones. I had a total loss happen just last year.
Yeah,
house burned down to the ground. Yeah,
with the car in the garage, Johnny.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Yep. Yeah, it was a big
So
one.
everything.
Well, you know what? We're going to get into that story after the break because that's huge. I really want to talk about what happens when it hits the fan, right? Because that's really
that's what we're here for.
That's what you're here for. So we're going to get into that after the break, right here on the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Real Estate Talk Show with your host Johnny B and my man Matt. We're talking insurance.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom One Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom One Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
Hi, I'm Matthew Stonecipher, owner of Ace Home Inspections. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let your agent know that you want to work with Ace Home Inspections because you insist on the best home inspection services in the capital region. You can also expect a home warranty, pest inspection, and mold assessment included at no additional cost. You deserve better than just a guy in a truck with a notepad. At Ace Home Inspections, we are fully staffed and here for you when you call 518-727-7091 or visit us online at acehomeny.com.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
All right, guys, thanks for sticking with us. Got Matt Moore over here from Moore Insurance Services in Clifton Park. Very important that he's in Clifton Park. We want to let that be known. But hey, before we get into the claims process, right, because we're going to talk about a total loss that just happened to one of Matt's clients, unfortunately. I mean, this stuff happens, but this is why, having a guy that's not going to hide under his desk when your house burns down, it's going to stick by your side and run you through the process. That's why we got Matt on here. What's that?
What you need.
That's what you need.
The guy that does that.
But before we tackle that, I do want to talk about our VIP home buyer service because guess what? Spring is sprung. I think we can kiss winter goodbye. I think we talked about the beginning of the show. It's going to be 60, and I was watching the 15-day forecast. It's over, guys. I don't know if I can go skiing one more time, but I'm going to really try.
If you can find any snow.
I'm going to try.
Yeah, okay.
All right. I'm going to try.
Yeah,
but
let me know.
With that being said, we've got other things going on, which means the housing market's going to take off. We're starting to see an uptick in inventory. Thank God. We're going to get another ruling on the interest rates this month. Hopefully the Fed cuts us some slack and even just talks about lowering the rate is going to drop interest rate. And I think a lot of people are going to come off the sidelines and make a pretty hot market. So if you guys want to get access to off-market, unlisted homes that you're not going to find on Zillow, you're not going to find in there. Johnny, we talk about this all the time. You can't buy a home off Zillow. You got to work with an agent and somebody that's not going to just find you properties that you can already find, but the ones that are going to make their desk before anybody else gets to see those. Those are the choice properties. Those are the ones to sell before anybody else knows about them, and that's what our VIP home buyer program does. So we sit down with you. We take down your home buying criteria. We figure out everything that is important to you in a home, and we give you access to these hidden gems before they hit the market. And that also opens up opportunities to work with our teams, people on our team, guys like Matt, Ben Forcucci, Kim Salerno. All these people play into the VIP home buyer service, and it's something that we would love to offer to you guys. Give us a call, 957-SOLD. That's 957-7653, and get access to off-market inventory and beat out buyers to the hottest properties that are out there. So it is a call-in show, guys. 518-476-5900. Give us a call. So Matt, now we told people where to get the properties and the inventory. We got a caller, John?
Give me a second here.
Okay. All right. So I guess we're getting a caller.
Guess who it is? Hey, Larry.
Yes. Quick question. I was wondering if a swimming pool is an asset or a liability as far as insurance goes. Is it an asset because it has water in it for fires? If you live out in the country and you're not near a fire hydrant, and is it a liability for the people who swim in it? That's my question.
Good question, Larry.
So, Larry, are you going out with buckets in your swimming pool when the house burns down? Is that the idea behind it?
Yeah, we're going to have a bucket.
I love it. This is a good question, though. Matt, you want to take over?
It really is a great question, Larry. Nice to meet you.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. So, yes, unfortunately, it's not going to do anything in terms of helping your rate with insurance because you've got the water source back there. We've actually even got clients who live right next to lakes that the insurance companies do not consider to be any form of a water source. They really, at this point, only count a fire hydrant for that. So when you're out in the rural areas, it's really tough to do anything in terms of pricing for the home insurance to lower it.
Boy, that brings to mind a nasty insurance 5-letter word.
What is that?
Flood.
Yeah. But back to Larry's pool question, though.
Yeah.
Because when I bought my house, I've got a pool.
Yeah. And
my insurance guy at the time was, I forgot what he called it, but it's like some sort of I forgot the name, some sort of big hazard. He got a big scary name.
So New York State requires an in-ground pool to be fenced off.
Yes.
Right. So that's a big thing for insurance. The insurance companies are much more comfortable here because they realize it's required by the state to have it fenced off. So if it's not, when they go and inspect the homes, and most companies will inspect a home for the new policy, they make sure that there's a fence that's gated and locked at all times. So it doesn't really, Larry, to answer your question, it doesn't really, change it much. If they may charge $30 or $40 more for a pool. Some companies don't even charge anything extra for the pool. So it's really.
Well, I appreciate your input.
You got it, Larry. You got it. Man.
Appreciate the call, Larry.
Thanks. Okay. Good show. Right. Bye-bye.
Thanks.
All right. So with that being said, let's talk about this claim because I want to get into that because I want to talk a little bit about the claim process before we wrap this up because the show goes quick, as you can see here, Matt.
Absolutely.
So tell us about this poor gentleman that had his house burned down.
Had a total loss. So
car in the garage.
Yeah,
the whole nine.
One car in the garage. And I he called me up and on my cell phone, which everybody gets when they're a client, and let me know that he had his house was burning down. Actually, when he called me, it was just about all burnt down. Okay. And so the process
Can you imagine,
is
John?
It's rough. It's really it's important. That's the part of this that I love about being an independent agent. We help them through some of the worst times.
Yep.
And what our first thing we have to do is we have to connect them with an adjuster. Okay, that'll get them into another place to live for a while, whether it be a long-term hotel.
Now, see, I thought adjusters were a dirty word in the insurance coverage business.
No, and it's all dependent if you've had a good or bad experience.
Okay.
What I always tell people, my clients specifically, is use me as a resource. Don't let anything become a problem when you're having a claim or when you're going through the process. Call me. Let me interject. Let me be the one to call the adjuster and get things done. I really emphasize that because it's important to know that they're not on their own when they call the company and they get a phone call from the adjuster. Matt's gone. That is not the case. It's I'm there. I'm not being notified of stuff, so I have to be brought in by them. But I would think you're more important than the adjuster itself. I mean, you're playing quarterback for the most part. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. Absolutely. And we can get things done as an agent. We can get things done. I'm there to fight for the client.
Okay.
And that's really the goal at the end of the day.
All right. So claim happens. They call Matt. You tell them reach out to an adjuster.
No, I set up the claim.
Yeah.
And then an adjuster will reach out to them.
Okay.
Usually 24 to 48 hours.
Okay.
Yep.
And then what happens from there?
Yeah. So then they start working with the adjuster at that point. In a total loss, it's uncommon. That's not a common claim. So you're working with now either a general contractor.
Yep.
Who's going to build the home.
Okay.
I've seen some people. They're in the business, so they just hired them themselves, and they kind of GC'd it themselves.
Right.
But again, it's a lot involved. You got to. It's not just a simple little. Your basement flooded, and you can say you got to find a place to live. You got to get into a new car.
Yeah.
Your whole life's been turned upside down.
You got demo site work to excavating.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you got to say, Johnny? You got something? Oh, I thought you were going to say something. So that's crazy because now you're starting from scratch. So what? So if this gentleman's house burned down, he had claim coverage up to replacement value is up to what,
correct.
$800,000-900,000? You would think?
Yeah, right. I think it goes right around.
Does
there.
that? So what happens if that falls short? Like now, let's say, okay, this guy's got to start from
Speaking
scratch.
of falling short,
Yeah, we're gonna
time for a break. Yeah.
All right, yeah, take a quick spot break.
Yeah.
Sounds
Appreciate the call from Larry, and we're gonna finish up the claim process. And I want to know the differential in money versus paid out versus what it's going to cost on the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Real Estate Talk Show.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom One Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom One Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
Buying or selling the place you call home can be stressful. When you have questions, you don't want to wait for answers. Well, for 20 years, Kim Salerno and her team at Salerno Law have built a solid reputation with buyers, sellers, and real estate agents as fast, respectful communicators. They know Salerno Law will protect their rights and respond quickly when a question arises. Trust Salerno Law. Call 518-309-3404 and check out their 5-star reviews at SalernoLawNY.com.
Hi, I'm Matthew Stonecipher, owner of Ace Home Inspections. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let your agent know that you want to work with Ace Home Inspections because you insist on the best home inspection services in the capital region. You can also expect a home warranty, pest inspection, and mold assessment included at no additional cost. You deserve better than just a guy in a truck with a notepad. At Ace Home Inspections, we are fully staffed and here for you when you call 518-727-7091 or visit us online at acehomeny.com.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
Yeah. Okay, guys, we're back. Matt is now understanding how quick the show goes.
Oh, yeah.
Right? It flies by. So, with that being said, let's wrap this up. So, my question for you, Matt, is: so this guy gets a settlement for, let's say, $800,000. Now he's going through demo, excavation, framing, masonry, the whole nine. What happens if the claim doesn't cover the cost of the replacing of the home?
Yeah,
what happens then?
That would be a really tough situation.
Okay.
Because if the coverage isn't there, there is none.
They're coming out of pocket.
Yeah, unfortunately, they have to come out of pocket. So one of the things that I do is...
I was going to say, so how do you mitigate that up front?
We take an in-depth, what I call my marketing questionnaire, where we ask a lot of questions about the home.
Okay.
It's really important to have the proper coverage on a home. And for a total loss, it's very important because, you could come up short on the home that you want to rebuild. But also some companies have something called co-insurance built into them, meaning if you underinsure your home, they will penalize you at the time of a claim. So a $10,000 roof, you could end up getting $4,000 for it after deductible and being penalized if you underinsure the home. So again, getting someone who just asks a few questions and says, here's your home quote, would not make me feel comfortable.
Okay.
So, I tend to be much more in-depth.
Online quotes, e-insurance companies.
Correct.
You don't want to do that.
We got about half a minute.
That's it, 30 seconds. Okay. Well, listen, Matt, I think we covered a tiny bit of the insurance process relative to home. So, we're looking forward to having you back on the show again. And, any last closing thoughts on...
Yeah, you can reach me at my...
I was going to say, contact information.
My website's www.moreinsurancesvc.com.
Okay.
For service.
What's the phone number?
Good phone number, 518-280-1452.
All right, guys. Well, you heard it from Matt Moore, owner and founder of Moore Insurance Services in Clifton Park, dropping the hammer on the insurance tips for the real estate world this morning. And next week, we got a home inspector coming on in 54321. Johnny B signing off. Thanks, guys.
The Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show is presented by Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, the property shop. Join broker and founder John Bevilacqua every Saturday morning at 8:30 to hear about the latest real estate trends here in the capital region, where to find the best mortgage rates, home insurance, home warranties, and more. To speak to John about buying or selling your home, call now to schedule an appointment. 518-957-SOLD. That's 518-957-7653. Or go to JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com. That's JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com.